today I want to talk all about my fitness transformation. Hey guys, what's up? It's Tova coming at you with a new video. Definitely not an old video because that wouldn't make any sense. And today I want to talk all about my fitness transformation and how I got from this to this. I feel like the current fitness industry has a lot of shortcuts and fast cutting. That's not to discredit the amount of good there is, because there are a lot of fitness professionals on YouTube. So I do see that and I'm so happy to see that. But then I also see someone that's like, how I got from this to this in just 30 days. I just hate seeing that stuff. It's just really unrealistic. So without further ado, let's just hop into my fitness journey, and I'm gonna share all my tips, some mistakes I made, all that good stuff, so you guys can learn a little bit more about my journey, where I came from. Maybe you can learn something along the way that you can apply to your own fitness journey. So I first started working out back in 2013 or 2014. I was pretty much just starting high school. I was pretty overweight. I was very chubby. Like, my mom would always try and convince me to do ab workouts with her or like Pilates in her room, and I was like, no, I don't need to. If you just poked my abs, your finger would literally go right through. It wouldn't even be stopped by any muscle, just go all the way through. I was very lazy. My diet would consist of chicken fingers, pizza, Caesar salad, and not saying that my diet doesn't consist of that now, but at least it does in moderation. And it was just like all the time. You'd have to pay me to eat cucumbers or like any kind of vegetable, God forbid carrots or broccoli, like no way. The gym beside my house just opened up. My whole family joined. Pretty much just started working out from there. I was very insecure, didn't like going to the gym, didn't like being in the weight area. I would go on the treadmill for 30 minutes, elliptical for 30 minutes, and then I would go home. For like 1 year, that was all I did because I was really insecure and scared to do anything else. Honestly, guys, I barely saw progress. I did not fix up my diet, maybe a couple pounds lost, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not where my transformation came from. And then pretty much a year later, my brother asked me if I wanted to start lifting with him. I booked a complimentary personal training session with a trainer at my gym. From there, I kind of got introduced into weightlifting. I lifted a lot with my brother. So I still kept doing cardio, but now because I was lifting weights, I don't know, like something I guess clicked and I felt way more motivated to eat right. I started eating really well. Like, I'll put up some photos of my meals. I was super strict with my diet. After dinner, I would pop a piece of gum in my mouth. That was always what stopped me from eating leftovers, which I still do. It's a very good tip. If you're someone who likes to nibble after dinner, eat kind of like the leftovers and stuff, which is what I love to do, get gum. Within 1 year, pretty much, I lost about 60 pounds. I was 170 pounds and I got down to like 115, which was freaking awesome. I didn't maintain 115 for a long time. I kind of bumped back up to 120, but that was the lightest I've ever weighed. I don't know if I will ever weigh that ever again. I wouldn't say I was necessarily unhealthy. I ate really well, but I do remember going on a vacation to St. Lucia that year and I just had the biggest obsession with thigh gaps. I don't know if I can find some photos, but like I would stand together every morning and just see if there was a gap. And then if I was on the beach, I would always put my legs together and see if there was a gap. I remember my mood really being in fluctuation, whether I had a thigh gap that day or not. But I guess something clicked, and when I got back from St. Lucia, maybe a couple months later, I just started really enjoying weightlifting, powerlifting more so. I think the tricky thing was, like, I was really happy with my PRs that I was hitting and like all like the strength gains I was getting, but I feel like I wasn't happy with my appearance. Like, I feel like I was just getting a bit muscular, and that's kind of when I started getting a lot of the comments like, you're not feminine enough, oh, you don't really want to look like that. Like, my goal at the time was Dana Lynn Bailey. I remember making her my cover photo on Facebook, and I remember getting people like, you don't want to look like that, right? Please don't look like her. And then I remember people being like, oh my god, she's so unfeminine, you don't want to be like that. And then eventually it got to the point where it's like, you're getting a little bit big, like, don't you think you should calm down? Your arm shouldn't be bigger than mine, blah blah blah. And it was getting a little bit hurtful and definitely affected my body image, because I was really happy with the mental gains, I guess, I was making in the gym, all the strength gains, like my deadlifts and stuff, but I wasn't happy with the correlated body that came with it, because I was scared of getting bigger, because I was scared of what people thought, which is really stupid, but I was definitely younger then, and so I didn't know like how to accept my body just by myself. A lot of external opinions came and validated me and my body. I eventually stopped the whole powerlifting phase. I got told that my squat and deadlift was basically shit, which, not gonna lie, looking back at some old photos, like, they definitely needed some help. I relearned how to properly do squats and deadlifts. Then I went to like a bodybuilding phase, and I really enjoyed bodybuilding. I still really enjoy bodybuilding. Then I went into a powerbuilding phase. Weight definitely fluctuated. I really wanted to keep holding on to my strength gains and stuff. Like, I didn't want to look so big by lifting so heavy. It was a very weird phase. Suddenly I had like an awakening and I was like, screw this. It got to the point where I could shoulder press 50-pound dumbbells above my head, like seated shoulder press, 100 pounds total. I could bench a plate. I could deadlift 275, squat I could do 215, but I couldn't do a single pull-up. My push-ups were weak, like I could get 5 before dying. I think that was like what clicked, and I was like, no, there's something wrong. And that's when I got introduced to calisthenics. So believe it or not, the girl who loved dumbbells and barbells and lifting heavy, I dropped it all. My workout days looked a lot like push-ups, pull-ups, dips, L-sit holds, planks, handstands. That's what I focused on. And I definitely saw some decrease in my muscle mass. However, my strength gains were skyrocketing. I, for the first time, was able to do like 15 push-ups in a row. I could do 7 pull-ups, which is amazing. Dips, I could get 11 or 12. Bar dips. Calisthenics worked really well for me, and it worked really well for like my physical appearance too. Like, I really enjoyed how it looked. I remember one day after doing calisthenics for like nearly a year, I was like, I really miss lifting. So I went back to my deadlifts and squats and benches, and I was so shook to see that my deadlift, I easily, like the very first time I deadlifted back after that, I could hit 2 plates easy. I think I tried a couple weeks in a row and I built right back up to 275, which made me so happy. And then my squat, I was able to get 215 again. And my bench, I don't know, I guess it was all the push-ups. I was able to hit my bench for 3 reps of 135, which was phenomenal because before I started calisthenics, I literally hit 135 with a spotter, and I needed that spotter up for 1 rep. So I made some serious gains, and now I traveled a lot. I went to Asia in May. After I went on that Asia trip, I took a couple months and went away again on another Asian trip. And because of that always traveling in the summer, I didn't really follow a plan. I kind of just went to the gym, was like, this isn't sore, like I'm gonna go and do this. I went into it knowing that I wasn't going to make any serious gains because I'm not following a program at all. I was just kind of doing like whatever the hell I felt like. And then I finally started getting into a better program. I was doing bodybuilding with a mix of calisthenics. So pretty much like if you were to think of power building where you start your days off with compound movement, that's kind of what I do with this like calisthenic bodybuilding kind of style. Now I always pretty much start off with a body weight movement and then I work my way down. I always like to include at least 2 to 3 body weight movements in all of my days along with weight training, and I find that that is what is working for me the best right now, and it kind of keeps me happy being able to keep my functional strength. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. If there's a couple things that I took away from this whole fitness journey, it's 1, diet plays the biggest role. As you guys heard from the beginning, I was exercising 4 times a week doing cardio for an hour, and that's what I see a lot of people doing when they start wanting to lose weight, but I wasn't eating right and I didn't see results. So you always have to be able to look at your diet and be like, is this fueling me in the right way? So diet was key. Weightlifting, 100% key. The more muscle you have on your body, the more calories you are burning because the faster your metabolism is working. It's important to add in weight training because my arms were always big. Like, I'd never had noodle arms, but I never had any muscle underneath, and I remember just like lifting so much weight, and then you know, you lose weight and then you're like, whoa, I have muscle. It's a good mixture. Eating right, cardio, and lifting weights, like, and being consistent following a program, you're in for a treat. If you do all of those things consistently and effectively, I promise you, you will see results. And last but not least, I want to reiterate that this is your transformation. This is completely your personal thing, and you shouldn't let anyone's opinion dictate whether or not you continue to do something. If I just allowed all the old men at my gym telling me that I shouldn't deadlift so heavy because I could hurt myself, or all the people telling me that I'm getting too muscular, my shoulders are getting too broad, my arms are getting too big, they're getting bigger than theirs, if I just let people's opinions like that dictate like what I would do, then I wouldn't be here right now. I don't know if I would have just stopped, quit, I don't know, but it's sad to think that some people do just because they allow people's opinions to guide where they are going to be in life. Like Billie Eilish said in her newest IGTV or YouTube video, other people's opinions are not your responsibility. The only thing that's your responsibility is your opinions and your actions in your life. If that's what you want to do, then that's your body. With that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me on today's video and taking the time to listen to my transformation story. So I just kind of wanted to share a little background story on how I got from where I was into where I am today, and to remind you guys that it takes time and that is perfectly okay. Enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, always proud but never satisfied. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe so we can become friends and so you don't miss any of my videos. I guess that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to stay cool. Peace.